make of the reaction of the stoppage, and did you feel it was a little bit premature in your opinion?
Yeah, no, I'll be honest, it was a little premature. You know, I mean, he was hurt, though. He was hurt. Like, I mean, you know, when you start doing the stanky leg, you're hurt, you know? But it was premature. He's a warrior. I know he wanted to continue. I wish the fight would have continued because I wanted to beat him, you know, in a spectacular fashion. But, you know, at the end of it, I'm not in charge. I'm not the referee.
Blessed love and blessings way up, my fire fam. Rolando Romero wins the WBA super lightweight title on a terrible referee stoppage by Tony Weeks, and I mean absolutely terrible. The fight was decent. We're gonna talk about the fight, but I'm gonna start by saying I'm not even surprised because I felt like something was fishy, something was up with this fight when Puello's results came out and, you know, he got pulled for the fight for testing positive, because they usually keep PBC fighters test results under wraps, you know what I'm saying? So I was surprised that Puello was pulled from this fight and, you know, this guy was bought in, because I think we all was kind of skeptical about Rolly versus Puello. You know what I'm saying? Me myself, I'm like, why would they even match Rolly up with this guy? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I felt like something was fishy from the start. So I'm not even surprised, you know, with this happening. Rolly got dropped in the third round, but it wasn't a bad droppage. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he got rocked. He got caught going backwards, chin up in the air. You know what I'm saying? Moving out against the southpaw, not having his hands up, and just got caught. It was more of an off-balance shot, went down, glove touched the thing, hopped back up. I feel like he woke up after that, you know what I'm saying, and kind of, you know, was more on game. Like he said, he started kind of cold, and he looked cold. He just looked super relaxed, and, you know what I'm saying, didn't look like he was properly warmed up. But I feel like the knockdown definitely warmed him up, you know what I'm saying. And clearly Rolly's game plan and his team's game plan in this fight was to box, you know what I'm saying, was to show that they can box and that Rolly is improving as a boxer, and that Rolly's gonna be more patient. The only problem with that is that Rolly is not a boxer, you know what I'm saying. Rolly is good at what he does, and they need to, you know, make that better. They need to perfect what he's good at doing. They need to make that better and not try to make him a boxer, because he's on his back for pretty much bouncing around the ring, not really engaging, giving this guy too much respect, giving Barroso too much respect. And Barroso is just, his game plan is just he's just shooting a 1-2 down to the body. He's just shooting down to the body, shooting down to the body, shooting down to the body, and then so he can shoot up top. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that he was doing, is throwing a consistent left hand down to the body. So to the people who say that Rolly was getting thumped, no, he wasn't getting thumped. You know what I'm saying? Actually, over the course of the entire fight, Rolly was landing the harder and cleaner punches. You know what I'm saying? It's just that Barroso was more consistent. He was just throwing a consistent, very slow but long two downstairs to the body. And Rolly was just respecting him too much, you know what I'm saying, and moving around, respecting the power. Mind you, both of these guys are power punchers, so they're both kind of, you know what I'm saying, they're both kind of, they're not just trying to jump in, you know what I'm saying. Both of them are respecting each other, you know, fairly decent. But this guy is just throwing a consistent two downstairs to the body, and, you know, Rolly's trying to counter with a left hook sometimes, and every once in a while he will plant his feet and throw a right hand, you know what I'm saying, and crack Barroso with it. And what he needed to do, what I said, was put the left hook behind that right hand, and that's the same thing that that what's his name? I just forgot his name. The guy in the telecast, the boxer. I'm looking at his face. Abner Mares was saying that he needs to put the left hook behind the right hand. They get down into the later rounds. Rolly hurts Barroso. Barroso's, you know, wobbling. He grabs onto Rolly. Rolly slings him off. Rolly drops Barroso, but it was a push because Rolly did hit him with some good shots and did rock him. But Rolly's so wild that, you know what I'm saying, he ends up pushing with the shot instead of just, you know what I'm saying, instead of just snapping the shot and dropping the dude, he clubs with it and then pushes the dude down to the ground. So, you know, it was a push, but if Rolly would have threw like one more hard punch, you know what I'm saying, dude would have went down. You know what I mean? But it was a push. But Rolly did have him hurt at that point. Ninth round starts up. Rolly's starting to pick up at this point. You know what I'm saying? And Rosa's legs are slowing down. And another part of Rolly and them's game plan was to box and move around and tire Barossa out, because that's what Bullet kept saying. Bullet kept saying, you're doing great, you're doing great. We're gonna tire him out. But Rolly wasn't, really doing great. He just wasn't really doing much. And I feel like Bullet could have, given him some better instructions than that. I feel like Rolly could have really got dude out of there like earlier if he would have just countered that slow ass left hand that dude was throwing to the body, but Rolly kept backing up. You know what I'm saying? Just stepping too far out of distance. Anyway, ninth round comes around. Rolly's picking up. Rolly hurts him. They're in the exchange. Was the knockdown in the ninth round? I can't remember if the knockdown was in the same round. But either way, Rolly did hurt Barossa with some punches, and they're in the corner. Rolly was really roughing him up at this point, not just with punches, but even when they got into a clinch, you know how Rolly is. But anyway, they're in the corner, throwing punches, and Weeks jumps in and stops the fight. And yeah, I don't know what Weeks was thinking, but he stopped the fight. So Rolly wins the title. Oh man, boxing, man. And then on ESPN, Jack Reese decides not to stop the fight. Janabek knocks this dude down. Dude is wobbling all around the ring. Jack Reese lets him continue, and Janabek nearly kills him. So, just boxing on a Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? Two outstandings on the different sides of the spectrums. But you guys tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section, man. Yeah, boxing. Peace and one love. It's Coach Fighters, Real Life Boxing.